is where we see them again. And it is the black number 7 in the lead, pursued by the Merlin. There goes Jackson, and very close between the teammates. Next up, Smith, and that's Tusting and Livingston in fact. So Pierre Livingston, having made a good start, coming up into 3rd position, and up into 4th is Callum Grant. So the 43 car coming through into 4th, ahead of Stutley and Jackson, Pearson and Smith. And then it is Toyne and Kestenbaum completing the top 10. Now Lewis, you were saying you haven't seen one of these races yet?
Not for quite a long while, no I haven't, and really looking forward to it. Well, Lyndon Stumpy, wasn't he Global Light some years ago, if my memory serves me right?
I think you could be right, yeah.
Quite a quick pedlar. Obviously 3rd on the grid this morning with a Royal RP3. Not the most fashionable car in its day even, but so I think he keep right well. I'm really looking forward to, well, I was going to say a real good scrap, but it looks like Jackson maybe
out there at the moment, having a bit of a gap over the neck of the driver. After that one, Jackson goes through, then a 4-way scrap for 2nd place, Livingston, Tusting, Stutley and Grant, and that's where the real battle is coming. And then after that, in 6th place we've got 3 cars, which is Pearson, Jackson and Smith. So some good battles going on, but in terms of the lead at the moment, Cameron Jackson, 3 times a winner this season, is going away and hiding somewhat.
Well, that was the first flying lap, and he's a 2nd a lap quicker, so well, obviously he's made the break, hasn't he, and now there's a squabbling amongst themselves, so if he gets head down, and he seems to, obviously interviewed him this morning after pole position, seemed to be a very level-headed young man. I think he could have this one wrapped up.
Well, yes. Good to see that Royale, though, fighting amongst the Merlins. And as you say, the Royale, the RP3 wasn't a very popular car. Royale really came into their own in, well, 76 it was, the RP21. Jeff Lees, who was a sort of triple winner, absolutely dominated the Formula 4. Tusting is trying to go with him. He's got to the head of that Corvette, trying to get himself caught up with Jackson, but that's going to take a little while. The gap is 2.5 seconds between Jackson and Tusting. That's a lot to make up. Fastest lap at the moment, 2 minutes at 21.04.
Well, Cameron did a 19.98 this morning, so he's right on the pace of pole position. The only way they're going to catch him is if they work together and try and drag each other down the straight, slipstream each other. But if that's 2 seconds, he's 2-second lead. That's an awful lot to that on the screen. It's a big lead.
Certainly is, and that is what they did at Silverstone. They just they were in a slipstreaming group for the whole race, but that doesn't look like it's going to work this time. So the gap is going out. We've got a trio moving out, and I think they've got the Royale. Second place group. Jackson is about to complete 4 laps in the lead. Over the line he goes. Then we've got this trio, and Callum Grant coming up to challenge Tusting. So it's Grant, Tusting and Livingston next up. And Stutley has dropped back down to 8th position. So the Royale RP3, as we said, not a particularly favoured machine in its day, and it's losing a bit of ground now. But the leaders head up towards Wilson, then go on through the Chapman Wiggle, onto the Bentley Straight, and down the straight towards and Nelson complex. And you just see this lone Winkleman come through.
Well, I was just watching him on the last lap coming for a corner, and he's just drifting that car through there with great ease, and he seems to be much quicker than the rest of the pack.
Yeah, very strange, isn't it? You know, this Winkleman, which, I mean, the Palliser was never a great car. I mean, it did well,
but that was the old nail, wasn't it? You remember the 6-box car? The old nail.
Started out as a Palliser.
It was a Palliser, so I mean, it has potential.
So apart from the old nail, they didn't go that well, did they, really?
I think Cameron was saying that, I can't remember. Somebody ran through, won the championship in 71 or 72, I think he said. He won the Formula 4 championship. So, but of course at that time then, the big boys were coming to play, weren't they? Like the Van Diemen's, etc.
Well, yeah, I mean, and the Hawk, of course, were very, very prominent at that point as well, because they supplied Derek Daly, Derek Warwick, they were at the Hawks. I remember when I started in 76, the Hawk was the car to have, the DL11 and then the DL15. They were very strong machines. So, the leader has completed 5 laps. That is Cameron Jackson in the number 7, followed by Ben Tusting in the number 64. In 3rd place, Callum Grant in 43. And then in 4th place, 76, Pierre Livingston. 5th, it's the 36 car, Rob Smith. And then the 72 of Dominic Jackson, so he's come up well from the 9th position on the grid. Then it's Ted Pearson, we've got Tommy, and Stanzel and Dryber now coming to the top as well. So he's shaken up a bit. In fact, Malone reached to the top 10. And unfortunately we've lost Stutley. He has secured his speed for the lap right. So Stutley in the Royale, the extra entry I gave you seems to have gone missing. So he's coming to the pits, he's just gone missing. On the circuit, yeah, it's the triangle, the dreaded triangle, which suggests that the car is missing out on the circuit somewhere. Some of the Lotus 61s coming through at the back of the field, the wedge-shaped Lotus 61, which echoed the wedge shape of the Lotus 72 in Formula 1, although not quite as graceful, I have to say. Jackson, he leads. He's on his 7th lap now. This is a 20-minute race. He's done the fastest lap, the only driver into the 20s, so 1:20.82 is his fastest lap. A few of the back markers go through, I think he'll be lapping very shortly.
I was talking about the Lotus, was it the 63 when you start? Not really, with the 72.
Yeah, you could be right. It's just strange to have a type number of this. Is actually
yeah, but it was all at the same time, wasn't it? The Formula Forwards, and because originally they were 59s, run 51s.
51s were the original 41, yeah, which came from a 31, which was sort of developed into a Formula Ford, wasn't it? But yeah, then they started building Formula Fords properly.
I'm going to take the analyze on with it.
Yeah, I think it would be quite hot in this Formula. Yeah, so Cameron Jackson at the moment dominating this race, which is unusual for a historic Formula Ford race, because normally they're very closely fought. But Cameron at the moment not seeming to have too much opposition. He's on his 8th lap at the moment, with the Winkleman number 7 comes across, approaches the start. Looks like he'll be lapping very shortly, in fact. Here he comes now. Jumping across the line, 8 laps. Then side by side for second place, Callum Grant and Ben Tusting having a great scrap for second. Grant goes ahead in second place Livingston, Ted Pearson, Bob Smith, then you've got Simon Toyne, so that's the Daniel Stanzel car, number 17, started down in 15th place, so he's come well up into 8th, ahead of Dominic Jackson in the 72, and then Ross Driver in the 21.
Yeah, you were talking about Daniel Stanza, he's in an Eldon, which was fairly popular at the time. I believe Tiff Nadell had an Eldon, didn't he, in the early days?
Yeah, of course the most famous Eldon driver was Tony Bryce.
Oh, obviously, yeah, I'd forgotten that, yeah. I was going back to Moon Harness, but the Movers car, which would have been on the big track on the distance one layout, or the first version of Snetterton, should we say. We're sort of on the second version now, aren't we?
Yeah.
200-ish.
Yes, when the straight used to run along the A11.
Yeah, parallel to it.
I remember coming home there and sort of coming past Snetterton and seeing racing cars actually running next to the A11. That was exciting. So Jackson in the lead. He's on his 10th lap now. We've got 7.5 minutes of the race left to run. Gap out almost 5 seconds, so this is a demonstration race by Cameron Jackson, looking for his 4th victory of the year. And unlike Silverstone, where they kept with him all the time 2 weeks ago, they are just powerless. The Merlin, the 20As, powerless to stay with him. I suppose the only thing is they come from Silverstone, so they test there all the time and set up very well for that track. But they're finding it a little bit. I like the Van Diemen's always used to go well here, didn't they? Because they spent most of their adult life running around here, basically.
We were just talking to Glenn Egan, saying the same thing, having miles that seem like seconds around it. And they just had it round. Great days.
So here comes the leader, flashes across the line, 10 laps completed, with 6.5 minutes left to run, and lap markers now beginning to be overtaken. That's Alison Language in the number 2, Lotus 61, going a lap down. Alan Grant now's made a bit of a break, so he's in the second ahead of Ben Tuffy, Pierre Livingston. Still 6 laps going on though.